Welcome back, everybody. The weather has been absolutely rotten. It's been cold, it's been wet. Although the daytime temperatures have been hitting double figures, the night times are still a little bit chilly. So what I'm going to do today, as it's raining and I can't get over the plot, I'm going to carry on potting on these tomatoes. Now, I'm using these little plastic cups to pot on the tomatoes. I'm starting to run out of these square ones. Although I've got a couple of stacks there, but that's all I've got. And I want to save them for a little bit later on in the season for other things to sow. So I've already made a start on getting the tomatoes out. Now, the way I'm going to do these is I'm going to be using one of these, which is 24 cell tray. Now, the reason for this is I've tried putting them in just in a tray, like so, but they fall out. When the plants get a bit bigger, they tend to fall out. So you don't get as many in here as you do in the tray, but we're gonna alternate, put them in there alternately, I think is the word. That one in there, that's it. Bit like a game of chess. Where am I going to put this one? Right. Now that is all I get in one tray. It does take up a lot of space in the greenhouse, but it's manageable. And as I'm not using these cell trays at the moment, they're perfectly ideal. Now, these tomatoes have got a bit leggy, and we are going to bury them. But everybody says that you shouldn't move tomatoes until they've got their true leaves, which is the second set of leaves after the seed leaves. Now, I don't have a problem with this. Every year, they always go leggy, and I pot them on when they've only got the two leaves. And here's a bit of a weird example. That is B7. Which, if I look at my little notes, I haven't got it here. There we go. B7, Heinz. So that's the Heinz one. Now, all the tomatoes are pretty, they're sort of green, but the Heinz one seems to be a very darker green and a bit of an odd shape, and I don't know why. If you know why the leaves on tomatoes go up as opposed to, say, this little chap, which is outwards, let us know in the comments below. Now, I know it's to do with the variety, but is it something perhaps that I'm doing something different? Let us know. Anyway, I've got these pots. Now, we are going to bury these, as we all know, up to around there. So we'll start with the Hawaiians. Now I've done a load already under the bench, which I haven't put in any sort of order. I've just picked them out, potted them on and stuck them under there. I'll organise them later. Now, they also say hold them by the leaf, the true leaf, not the seed leaf, not the stem either. Now, I don't have a problem with this. I tend to hold these at the strongest point, which is at the neck, top of the neck, which is the strongest point of a tomato. Now, a lot of people will disagree with me on this, but I break tradition. This is the way I'll do it. This is the way I've done it for years. And I get loads and loads of tomatoes. I very rarely fail by doing it this way. And the only time I do fail is probably due to climate. I'm putting them out too early. So I do hold them by the stem if they're thick enough. You don't stress the plant out by any means, as long as they're not too spindly. And then just push them right in. That one didn't go quite deep enough, but never mind. So that's that one done. Now this here is potting on compost. It's a mix of stuff that's been used, bit of vermiculite, bit of perlite, and all I'll do, tip that on there, mix it in, and it will do for potting on. Now, while we're on the conversation of tomatoes, a young lady from Canada asked me if I'd like some free seeds. So I said, yeah, I'll try some seeds. Now, I did say to her that I was struggling to get varieties of seeds from abroad due to the shipping and them not being able to send them to the UK. So she said, I'll send you some seeds. So I said, fine. I said, that's cool. So she sent me the seeds, and when the packet turned up, I was quite astonished to the thickness of the packet, to be quite honest. And I thought, oh, these are great. Some safe seed. She's obviously put them in tissue, the kitchen roll. But I couldn't have been more surprised when I opened the packet, or the envelope, should I say. Thank you for the Christmas card in March, I must say. As you said in the email, a great idea of using up old Christmas cards. What we got was not one little packet of seeds or some seeds in a kitchen roll, which I expected. I got 15 little envelopes, 11 of which were tomato seeds and 3 were squashes. Now the squash seeds I'm going to do a little bit later on in the month, but the tomato seeds is something else. Now, some of these I've heard of, some I haven't. I'm going to be sowing 10 of these, one of which I can get hold of, which is the Black Beauty. I did them last year, so I won't do them this year. I'll save them for next year. But I'll just give you a quick rundown of the names, because Some of these I've never heard of. I've never heard of them. I've never seen them. We've got Michael pollan, green tomato, pink boar. Now I'll put a list of these down below, just in case the UK subscribers want to try and get these from abroad. We got Russian swirl dwarf. I like the name of this one, Captain Lucky. That about sums me up to a T, doesn't it, in the greenhouse at the moment. Pop that in there. Costolute genovese. Now I'll bet you're laughing at this one on the pronunciation. Those of you that know which one it is. Golden acre, I've heard of it, and again, never tried it. Dr. Wycke, is it? Never tried that. Oh, that's a yellow one, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Hawaiian pineapple. I've heard of it. Again, never tried it. Black and brown boar, which I did look this one up on the internet, and it does look quite interesting. So that's that one. And the last one here is Copper River. I've never heard of this one. I've never seen this in the UK, and as the rest of these, I've never seen them for sale in the UK. So the lady's name is Ali. You probably all know her. Those of you that don't, I'll put a link down below to her channel. It's the Rusty Garden, I think. Did I get that right? I think I did. I had to write it down. My Rusty Garden, but I'll put a link down below. Pop over. Lovely lady. I've never met her, but I would like to. Full of knowledge. Excellent videos. So, thank you very much, Ali. Thank you very much indeed. I'll be planting one seed of these now, which, due to you sending me these, has now put my tomato selection up to 25, I think it is. Let's have a quick look. Yes, 25 varieties I'm growing this year. So I'm going to be growing these as well. We're doing these separately in one of these. These are what you get from the garden centre, where you get your plants and that in. So I'm going to be doing them in there, one seed per cell, and see what we get. Now, the broad beans is a different thing. I really do not know what is going on with these. We've got some that are shooting. We've got some that have gone black on the end. Now, these have been in the greenhouse for some time now, and they don't seem to want to do anything. I don't know why. I've got another batch down there that are exactly the same. This is the second sowing of the broad beans, but this year this just hasn't happened. So I'm going to stick them in the allotment anyway. I'll cover them up. I'll see what happens with them. We are getting leaves, although this one seems to be stunted. This seems to have stopped growing, so we'll see what we get from them when we get them in. I need to get these out. I've got some more onions down there. That was the last of the little ones that we sorted out. They're in trays. I need to get them out because now I'm starting to pot on. The greenhouse is getting rather full and it's a bit of a premium space wise. Now, a little update on the cucumbers. They're doing brilliant now. Now, the cucumbers that this is a third attempt. The other two attempts, they went really leggy over a matter of overnight, basically, and all flopped over. So these are doing really well. I did put 5 seeds in there and they've all germinated. They're doing well, they're dark, they're green, they're really healthy. I'll leave them till they get a little bit bigger and then I will be potting them on. Now this variety, hang on, let's check my little list. Now my list, I normally do a spreadsheet on Excel, but this year I've been sowing so many things that it's easier just to put it on a bit of paper. Do it old school. I'll tell you what I do. I'll show you what I do. I do what it is, the variety, and now I do 4 columns. Sow out, sow in, pot on, pot out. And I just put the dates in. It's quite simple. Save time on the computer because I'm not that with the keyboard. So anyway, what was I on? 87. And I can't even pronounce that one. Cornichon de Paris. They're doing very well. And we've got aubergines. Now they don't look like aubergines, I must admit. But that's what it says on my list. No, it doesn't. Hey! They're artichokes. Oh, God. I'm making a right mockery of this, aren't I? But anyway, the artichokes are doing very fine. Which is a good thing considering I think I've lost the artichokes that was over the allotment. Now the other thing I'm going to do this afternoon before I do the tomatoes, I'll do the tomatoes last I think and then take them indoors. I'm going to be potting on the zinnias. Now this variety, I always have to go back to my notes. If I can find them. They're in there somewhere. Elegance. Now I'll be sharing more videos with you on the flowers as they start germinating. So yeah, I'm gonna get these in, get them ones sorted out. Stay tuned for Sunday, because Sunday is gonna be all about April. And April is all about the big guns of the vegetables. The squashes, the pumpkins, and such like. And probably, I'll check the weather, maybe the sweet corn as well. But look out for that one. And the following video will be about the flowers. The flowers I'm going to be doing for the garden in April, if they germinate. So until next time, take care. I'll see you very soon, and please subscribe if you haven't already to Packet to Plate, the channel that tries and normally does get food from the ground onto the kitchen table. Take care all. See you very soon.